So for the sim tomorrow, we've got a nice setup here for the sofa area, the chill area. The warm-up station will be through into the studio, and that's what you need to know, really. There's some drinks and snacks just down there on the side. Stations-wise and rules-wise, what can you expect? So to start with, what can you expect? There's a lot of people coming, so please try and be 15 minutes early for your slot. Obviously, judges, who is this more going to, keep an eye on the rules. We want it to be quite strict. It's in the benefit of the racers, participants, because most of them are doing London. So the whole idea of being strict is that they're used to that, ready for London. So to get started, we're starting with a run this way. All the running, if you stand in the middle, Rich. All the running will be over here this weekend. Run number 1 will be here with this bike erg. Run number 2 will also be a treadmill with the bike erg. Run number 3 will be on the Draxfit curve runner and the assault bike, and run number 4 will be on the Origin and the other assault bike. For every run, you'll do 600 meters whilst your partner is on one of the bikes. As soon as you hit 600 meters, you'll switch with your partner. They will do 600 meters and you'll move on. Yes, you have to do 600 meters. Yes, you have to run on the designated treadmill for your part of the race. No compromises, no changes. Judges, don't give in. Nice and strict, nice and firm. Otherwise, it would just ruin the whole feng shui order. No good. But yeah, so your partner doesn't have to do any kind of distance. It's just to keep you actively going. If you're doing Hyrox London, then I would highly recommend on the bike you give it a good go, because it'll be the most similar replica of the London Hyrox itself. Then events-wise, so you'll jump off the treadmill once you've both done it. You've done your 1,200 meters together, and you'll come down inside the tape to the ski erg. Ski erg rules: your partner will stand just behind or in line with this socket on the floor, and as you're skiing, you can change the damper to any setting you want. It will be set on 7 or 6. We'll always leave it on that, and it'll be on the meters. You won't have to press anything. When you're skiing, just ski as hard as you can. We've all done plenty of technique stuff. When you pass over to your partner, you must let these go all the way to the top and let go and get out of the way. You can't pass the handles to each other. As soon as you finish your 1,000 meters, that is just a combined 1,000 meters, for which you can change at any point. You'll jump onto the sled. The sled is starting here. It's 5 lengths of the sled tomorrow. So it might be that you have to go to the other end to get started. Obviously, the benefit of being at the other end to start is you finish this end ready to run. The benefit of starting this end is you come straight off into the ski. So there's no advantage for whichever end it starts at. You will push all the way up till you get to the end of the track. It must just kiss the edge of the rubber flooring. Your partner will follow you the whole time. You can't wait at one end. You'll follow the whole time, and you can change at any point, but you can't both be touching the sled at any point. Best you can, when you go round the sled, try not to impede anyone else in another lane, or on the ski erg or on the row. Yeah, when you've done your 5 lengths, which for this group will finish at the top, you run back down the lane and then into your next run, onto run number 2 with bike number 2. When you finished your 1,200 meters on there, we're on to round 3, which is the sled pull. Here, this is your line. So your box, slightly different to how Hyrox will be. The sled will finish outside your box, just in front. Again, you'll pull it all the way up so it touches this line. You, as the athletes pulling the sled, will work between here and this back line here. You're not allowed to touch the lines. So you must work within here to here without going out the back of the box. The rope should stay within roughly the box, but it's not the end of the world. And again, you can't both be touching it. Your partner cannot touch the rope when you're doing it. So they can't pull it out the way. They can tell you you're going to fall over, but they cannot do anything to prevent you from falling over, literally. Once you've done your 5, it'll end obviously at the opposite end. You'll jump into the next lane, which is your burpee broad jumps. For your burpee broad jumps, this is probably the most technical for the rules. You've got 8 lengths. You can change at any point. Again, your partner must follow you both ways. So I didn't mention that this one. You can't stand opposite ends. You must follow and be at the same end. You must start behind the line. So when you do your first burpee, hands must be behind the green, nothing on the green. And they must be nice and close to your toes. They can be within 30 centimetres from the base of your palm to your toe. Judges, that is completely at your discretion. if you're doing it as an athlete, be as close as you can. Try not to be too far away. When you go back, you can step back. That is absolutely fine. You can step back, chest must touch the floor, and then you can also step back in. Feet must come back parallel together, and then you've got to jump 2 feet, and you've got to land 2 feet. If you have a little stumble, step back to where you first landed. Again, this is just the rules, they'll go off. All the way up, when you change with your partner, best way to do it, do your jump, step to the side, they step into the same point you've just finished, and they must go straight into a burpee. Can't go into a jump. If you finish here, you're not finished. You could be here. You have to get your whole foot over the line, so this would be another burpee, hands down and over the line to finish. Annoying as it is, that's the rules. When you've done that, into your next run. So this is your first run on the curved runner. So you'll be on the Drax Fit. Nothing changes, same distance, just no longer powered by the treadmill. It's powered by you. If you haven't done it before, or you're not very confident on it, just get yourself into a rhythm. Try not to hold the sides and try and keep your head up, looking at the lovely scenic view of the enhanced logo. Same again, you'll be on the origin for the other part, on the assault bike. When you finish on this one, it's your longest walk, or run, round the side through this lovely narrow strip, not impeding anyone else on the runs, staying inside the athlete line, we'll call it, coming all the way up to the row. Row is exactly the same format as the ski. You've got 1,000 meters to do. You can change the damper to anything you like. This is a bit slower than the ski, obviously, for transitions. So your partner cannot help you in or out of the row. So if I'm partner A, partner B cannot touch anything to do with this, can't help me hold this, can't set my feet upright, all done by partner A. And the same, getting off, until I'm actually off the rower, partner B can't be touching it and getting ready. Make sure you leave this here because you can't pass the handle to them either. 1,000 meters, when you finish, you're going to come up the top towards the lit up E sign, come around the back of this box just to make sure you don't get in the way of the sleds, and you'll come into the farmer's carry, the end lane of the track. 20 lengths here. Just try and get it done. A bit like the other two where we've said you've got to go up to the line, this one you'll have to go over the line. So you'll come all the way up with your kettlebells, all the way to the top, and you'll go past this line and back in. 20 times. You can change at any point. Recommend you just go for as long as you can before your partner takes over. Again, your partner must follow. So even if you're jogging, running, they get in the way a little bit, you've got to be a bit tactical. You might have to run up one side of a lane and come back the other side, but you must run together as a pair the whole time. When you finish this one, you'll be finishing up this top end. You'll run down the lane, and you'll come into your final run of the day. Final run is on everyone's favourite machine, the uphill origin curved treadmill. Legs will be heavy, but it's the last one we've got on there. 600 meters, switch to your partner, 600 meters. When you finish there, you're staying into this lane here. You're going to run all the way to the top to get your sandbag. Do your lunges, down, back up. You're going to do 10 lengths. You can change at any point. Again, with this one, where we've said about the track, we'll add a little bit of tape here just so you can see exactly where the edge of the track is, so there's no contentious decisions. Your toe can go right up to it. So if we use this one as an example, that's absolutely fine. Even if it's just over the top like that, officially that's a no rep. So just to make it very simple, give yourself a bit of daylight. That is going to make no difference to the rest of your time. And then you can start your lunges over the line like so. Same at the other end, when you're finishing them, if you finish like that in a lunge, that isn't going to count. Or it is going to count, but you have to do one more lunge. So if you finish there, I'd have to do one more lunge to officially be over the line. Lunges, again, from a technical point of view, a bit like the burpees, a lot of things involved. Sandbag, once it's on, has to stay on or off the ground. So you can switch to your partner, but it has to stay off the ground. And when you transition, you can change at any point in the lane, but it must go backwards. It can't go forwards. It can go sideways. Some of you like to do the back-to-back one. That's fine. When you're going forwards, you've got to lunge down, knee must touch the ground, and you must get full extension of the hip and knee before you drive through into the next one. You can also come up. Coming up and stopping is absolutely fine, but you must get that full extension, full extension. And then final one with the wall balls. Ladies' height. If you're doing mixed doubles, you've got your 6 kilo. If you're doing ladies or pros, if you're doing ladies, you've got your 4 kilos. Men's, you've got your 6, and if anyone's doing pro, you've got your 9. Technical parts of this, we know the rules. You have to get your hips below the line of your knee. So it's a very deep squat. If you're not sure that someone's getting low enough, even if it looks uncomfortable, because at this point it will be, then we've got the ball of shame, which is this lovely 12 kilo here, which you'll place down, and every time they do their wall ball, they must hit the ball. Just for clarity on that one. If you're unsure, get the ball out nice and early. That's more for the judges than it is for anybody else. The last thing with the judges, we've got these lovely new, probably can't see them in the dark tonight, can you? We've got this lovely new sign. When you do Hyrox in London, or anywhere, there is a sensor exactly where the E is on the sign. So for us, for the judges, we need the ball to be hitting a good chunk of that sign. It needs to be within the bolts, really. If it's not in the bolts, it is harsh, but you need to give it a no rep. So you'll be counting along. I know one of the judges has got a clicker. I don't think everyone else has been that organised. We definitely haven't been. So you'll be counting along. It'll be 1, 2. If it's a no rep, either say no rep or just say the number you've just said again to avoid you forgetting. I'll probably have to do that because I'll forget otherwise. But yeah, be harsh on that. Also, if it goes too high, it won't count. So you can throw it too high. If it catches the top and kind of falls back down, you'll see loads of different no reps tomorrow. It is a no rep. You're not being mean. We need to be really tough on this because the wall balls are the bit that people struggle with. So tough, but cool to be kind for your benefit. When you're finished, there's nowhere to run this time, unlike last time, so you haven't got to run and turn the time off. Your judge will stop the timer there and then. The judges' rules are final. They're volunteers, they're here to help. We're intentionally asking them to be quite harsh on each station, purely because that's what you're going to get in London. If it ends up being easier in London, great. But yeah, it'll be the same for everybody. Any queries, obviously, Jordan and I will be floating around if we're not already judging and making sure it's all fair. But the whole idea is to have fun, take part, build some confidence for London, or build some confidence for some of you who aren't quite sure which ones you want to partake in. And judges, just be strict and fair, please. Strict and fair. Any queries at any point, you can get us involved. Penalty-wise, we'll go through them when you get here. We're hopefully not going to have any penalties, but most things will be 1 strike as a warning. Most things then have 2 more strikes, which are 15-second penalties, and the 3rd strike is either a 3-minute penalty or disqualification, depending on what it is. We won't get to that point, but if we need to, that's just so you know what to expect. Anything else, let me know. But look forward to seeing you tomorrow. See you bright and breezy.